Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English B to C, the podcast where one story is told 4 times at 4 different English levels: B1, B2, C1, and finally C2. This way, you can hear the same idea grow step by step, from simple sentences to natural, advanced English. Today's topic is the difference between good friends and fake friends. Stay with me, and let's explore this topic together across the levels. A good friend is someone who cares about you. They listen when you talk and help when you have problems. A fake friend only stays with you when life is easy. They smile, but they don't really care. I once had a friend at school. When I was sad, she stayed with me and gave me kind words. That made me feel happy. Later, I met another person who only called me when she needed help. When I needed her, she was not there. From that, I learned that a good friend is true, but a fake friend is not. Great job following this story at the B1 level. Now, let's tell the same story again at B2, with more details and reflections. A good friend is someone who shows care and support, not only in happy times, but also in difficult situations. They listen to you, share advice, and stand by your side. In contrast, a fake friend is someone who only appears when things are going well. They may act nice, but their actions don't match their words. For example, I once had a classmate who noticed when I was sad and took the time to comfort me. She didn't solve my problems, but her kindness gave me strength. On the other hand, I also knew someone who called me only when she needed help. When I faced my own struggles, she was absent. That experience taught me that real friendship is about loyalty and care, while fake friendship is only about personal benefit. Well done, you followed the story at B2. Let's take it further now. At C1, we will use richer vocabulary, deeper ideas, and a more thoughtful analysis. True friendship reveals itself in moments of difficulty. A genuine friend is someone who invests time, empathy, and loyalty, not only when life is smooth but also when it becomes rough. They listen attentively, offer encouragement, and remind you that you are not alone. In contrast, a fake friend wears a mask of kindness but disappears when their presence demands effort. I recall one friend from my teenage years who consistently noticed my emotions. When I struggled, she patiently sat with me, offering words that soothed my heart. In comparison, another person often reached out for favors yet vanished whenever I needed support. These contrasting experiences shaped my understanding. Authentic friendship is built on mutual trust and selfless care, while fake friendship is transactional, fragile, and ultimately disappointing. You've made it this far. Excellent progress. Now let's move to the final level, C2. This version will sound the most natural, fluent, and close to how native speakers might express these ideas. Friendship, in its truest form, is not tested during moments of joy, but in the quiet, difficult chapters of our lives. A genuine friend is like a steady anchor, someone whose presence gives stability when everything else feels uncertain. They don't always provide solutions, but their loyalty and empathy remind us that we don't have to carry our burdens alone. Fake friends, on the other hand, are like shadows. They appear in the sunlight, but disappear when darkness falls. I remember how one friend during my youth consistently offered me small gestures of comfort that meant more than any grand action. In contrast, another person in my life showed interest only when my success could benefit her, vanishing whenever I was in need. These experiences taught me that real friendship is rare and precious, while false friendship is hollow, an illusion that fades the moment it is tested. And that brings us to the end of today's episode on the difference between good friends and fake friends. We started with simple sentences at B1, added more details at B2, explored richer analysis at C1, and finally expressed the idea with natural, flowing language at C2. I hope this journey helps you notice how the same story can grow step by step, both in vocabulary and in depth of thought. Keep practicing, and don't forget, real learning, like real friendship, takes time and care. Thank you for listening to English B2C. Join me in the next episode for another story across the levels. See you soon.